Hello, everyone. Karen Glasser here, and welcome to Minding Your Mental Health. I'm here with my co host and son, Rob Glasser. How are you today, Rob?
Not too bad, thank you.
So, we always talk about the topics that shape mental health today. We teach the importance of inclusion and why we should be kind. So, whether you're here live or on replay, we love you. Just let us know where you are tuning in from. So, today we are talking about walking for mental health and physical health. So, I didn't realize that walking could help our mental health. I know it help our physical health. So what do you have for us?
Right, so walking in general is great activity to do. And as the doctor in the article we found said, most everybody's able to do it. Though I caveat, and I think we've talked about it before, if you aren't able to actually stand or get up, you do have machines nowadays where you can actually walk, run, or bike
Right,
from your seat and get a similar effectiveness there.
right.
So the article we quote from was from the Today Show, and they had a lady on that episode that actually was in charge of one of those walk for 30-day challenges. And she basically got Al Roker and a couple of them to walk with them to start off the 30-day. Now, if you don't know what a 30-day challenge is, guys, basically it's 30 days of doing a specific activity. In this particular case, it's walking for a month. Um, Usually it doesn't matter how. Sometimes it is specific. Sometimes it says walk for an hour. Sometimes it just says get out there and take a walk.
Right.
But either way, I'd recommend doing that. Or you can do what we do at home here, and we're going to shout them out a little bit later, but you can go on YouTube and follow some of the great channels that specifically are devoted to just walking exercises.
Right. Right.
So you mentioned the body, and we'll go over that first because that's something most of us know what it is. So many of the systems of the body benefit from walking, according to the doctor that they talk to. Walking can help the following: improving your cardiovascular health
Right.
and function. Obviously, your heart keeps you moving, keeps you pumping, literally.
Right.
So a good heart, a good blood flow is very important. It increases your aerobic capacity. Aerobic is basically exercise that has to do with breathing. And
Right.
the better you can breathe, the better your lung function is, you're gold. It can improve your blood pressure. It can control your blood sugar, especially if you are at risk for a weight-related
Diabetic.
health problem.
Right.
It can increase metabolism, maintain or even lose weight. They didn't say lose weight, but if you walk enough, you actually can drop a few pounds as well.
Right.
Reduce your risk of osteoarthritis and maintain mobility.
Right.
Now, interesting enough, one of my other guests that I have, she has mobility difficulties. So she actually told me the other day what she does on one of our shows for her to keep arthritis away. And it's basically joint exercises. So basically, it's in your hands, your arms, but also in your legs. Because unfortunately, a lot of people don't have the ability to be
Right.
mobile as others. So it's important to, and most doctors would say, to keep your joints and your limbs
Right.
moving as best you can. So
Right.
that
It's interesting. It sounds like walking is the perfect exercise. It does
it
everything.
pretty much is, because almost anybody can do it. And even the person who wrote the blog here said that whether it's snowing by them, whether it's raining, her and her husband go out and they walk for 30 minutes. Their secret weapon, they say, is their dog who needs to go out for a walk.
I
But
get it.
in reality though, it is proof. Now, can everybody go out in those weather conditions? No. I mean, somebody I know over in Nevada right now, it is super bad to the point where you can't go outside because it's too dangerous. So it's understandable that somebody can say walking is easy to do, but use your common sense, keep in mind the surroundings. If it doesn't seem safe, and we'll talk about it later, do the inside, do the
Right.
walking. I don't think it matters where you walk to
Yeah, I was
do.
just going to say you don't necessarily have to go outside to walk, even though it's always enjoyable. And I know I walk my dog, and my dog gets me to go
Right.
outside and walk, even if I don't want to. But if it was inclement weather, I could certainly do it in the house. I pace anyways, so that's walking, isn't it? Isn't that kind of
That
walking?
can burn calories too, depending on how often you pace.
Yes. Yes.
So we all know that, and I think most of the stuff that I read off of, at least from my point of view, I already knew from biology, from stuff like
Right.
that. That walking really kind of, it's a good way to keep your breathing, your air, your heart, your everything going. But as you mentioned, and many others, how does it work for your mind, right?
Right.
So These are all quotes from different doctors, but the first doctor, named Dr. Mark A. Sloboff, he's an orthopedic sports medicine surgeon at Mercy Medical Center in Baltimore,
Okay.
says walking outside, being in nature, and getting out of the same place allows you to decompress and understand what's going on, aka refocus. He continues to say, in my experience, it helps you to be able to almost meditate, to get in touch with your thoughts and understand what's important, and just give yourself time to be. Bryant, Dr. Bryant, the other guy who's the major guy in this article, continued that guy's by saying, there are so many wonderful benefits in terms of being able to have that positive distraction, a change in scenery, sunlight, or just fresh air. So it's a little more creative and vague when it comes to how it goes to your mind, but it's pretty obvious when you think about it. For me, when you go out and you hit the trail and you see an animal, you see the formations, you get to go somewhere like that, or the zoo. I used to love just wandering the zoo, not just for the animals, but the scenery. A zoo creates the ability to make you feel like you are in the savanna of Africa, the jungles of South America,
right,
or the outback.
Right. And when I take my dog out, I mean, I make a point of really looking around and just seeing what I see, the foliage and the trees, and because it's all part of the experience.
Right.
And I guess it does really help calm my mind because I'm not thinking about the talking in my head. I'm looking at how beautiful it is out there. Right.
Yeah. Now, the funniest thing at the end of the blog here is they said it's a hard habit to actually break, because once you start walking, you kind of don't stop. There's a funny commercial, I think it's for shoes, where like this lady's walking and the husband pulls up and he's like, you've been gone for 3 days now. And she's like, oh, signifying that if you just kind of keep going and you have the right footwear, you're good to go.
Yeah.
But that was really that. Short article, easy read, something I recommend checking out. But really, I wanted to kind of go into the YouTube, if
right.
You know.
Which one do you want me to put up first?
So I'll put up Walk It Home first, because again, I shot them out for two different reasons. I don't use them as much anymore. However, a lot of people that I've talked to say they like continuity and the same. And if you want that, go to these guys. Every video they have, other than the host being different, is the exact same setup. For me, I got a little bored doing the same thing. However, I know a lot of physicians will say if you do something that you're doing, stick with it. Right. Now, I asked you to put up the website as you did because you can actually find more info. You can get their gear. You can get all that stuff. Right. But you can learn what they do. And I'm not sure their backstory fully, but they do talk a lot about, praising, yourself and praising outwards when you're doing it. So they do have some sort of, not necessarily religious connotation, but some sort of how gratitude means to walking. So they're very in tune with the mental health part, because they're not just walking to get you, sweaty and lose weight, but they're telling you while you're doing it, raise up, reach out, be gracious. So it's an interesting idea. I don't know if you've ever seen them or not. They have. No,
I'm going to go check them out. I'm going to check them out after this.
A lot of subscribers on YouTube. Again, this is no offense to them. They're great. For me,
you like more than doing just the one.
I like a little bit of a different. Now, when we get to the other person, you'll kind of laugh because she does the same thing. But for you, because I know you have the mirror and stuff like that. When you do walk, if you do it at home, what is your go-to, or do you have a go-to?
I don't really have a go-to other than, as I said, I pace. I tend to just walk back and forth across my house. I'm in a one-story home and I can go from one end to the other and literally go back and forth. And the reason why I know that I'm actually getting those steps in is that I have a Fitbit and I'm able to actually see how many steps I've done, regardless of whether I go out and walk or I just pace in my house. It's always around the same amount of steps, which is fascinating, I think.
That is kind of odd, because I would have expected being out would have been more. But hey, there you go. See, you don't need to be outside and still get your.
You can do it you can do it on the mirror. You can do a walking, exercise with on the mirror. I think Peloton has a walking thing too. It's probably more running.
Okay, they have,
it's a
walking. And then they have some sort of elliptical machine that imitates the.
But I love the idea that there are YouTube channels that you can go check out. You do not have to spend money for this, guys. You can just go check out the YouTube channels. Now you have another one. What's the
Yeah,
other
so
one?
the one that we do now, and again, I don't know what her full name is, but her channel goes by Yana Fit. And again, you'll laugh because she does do similar videos on each one. However, she does the walking, move, walking, move, walking, move. So it's about 8 to 10 minutes, and every 30 seconds it changes. So it starts with a walk, it goes into something. It's either a standing crunch, it's either a bend, it's either whatever. And
Oh,
that's what I enjoy doing it because it's a walking, and theoretically, if you were to describe it, it is a walking exercise, but it's a walking exercise while exercising as well. She
cool.
has everything from 5 minute cardio, where it just gets your heart rate up, to 30 to 40 minute full on walking, where literally for 30, 40 minutes, you are doing a full on exercise. Now,
Interesting.
time constraints usually have us do the 10-minute one here during the week. But on the weekend, we can pop on a 15 to 20-minute one because
Right.
we're not as constrained to whatever. But I do like her a lot. She apparently has new channels now. She does a cooking one for health. She does a bunch of stuff. She does some with her daughter. She does some with her friends. So there are some where there's two people on screen. It's an interesting mix. And again, by accident, I came across it. I was on YouTube. I was like, I need a 5-10 minute thing right now. I don't have a lot of time. I found her, and boom.
Love it.
Um, and like you said, you don't have to pay. Now, these people do have their Patreon and subscriberships, and you can get more stuff. But really, if you're just looking for a exercise, just like
Right.
my mom said, you can just go on, watch it, and you're done. No,
And for,
no
and for
purchase.
that matter, some of the apps that are out there, Insight Timer has some walking
There you
meditation
go.
for free. They have their free side of it, as well as Calm. All of these apps have the free end of it, and you don't have to subscribe for the more deep dive kind of things. So there's some great things out there. Now, a walk, you need to have the right shoes, right? That's a lead in if I ever heard it. So we
There
were
you go.
laughing the other day because I do walk, and I have two pairs of tennis shoes that I wear all the time, and they're kind of getting trashed on the bottom. But these are what are these? These are Asics, and I'm going to throw up some of these shoes right on the screen if you want to go check them out. These are women Asic gels. You can go check those out. Oh, somebody just scanned it. That's awesome, guys. Thanks for checking it out. And in addition to that, I also, because you have to have two pairs, you rotate them, right? I also have Nike running shoes as well, and I have black and white. I love these shoes. They're a little more expensive, but they are more of a running shoe kind of thing. Apparently, there is a big difference between running and walking shoes. I have yet to figure that out, guys. So I don't know, figure it out. But of course, we don't want to leave the men alone. So go ahead and check this out as well.
I like those. Those kind of look like the shoes I have.
Yeah, they're kind of
Minus the
cool,
sweat.
huh? Yeah, those are really well. Actually, they kind of look like the ones that I have here,
Oh,
but
they do, huh?
obviously minor women's. And also to check out the men's version of the Nike shoes. And go ahead, scan the code, or if you're looking in the chat, you might be able to see a link there. You can click on that link as well.
Yep.
Really cool stuff. I mean, cool shoes. I can personally vouch for them. I wear them. So check them out. We'd love to hear what you think. What's your favorite walking or running shoe? Let us know in the chat. If it happens to be a Nike or an Asics, go ahead and let us know. We are thrilled you guys are scanning this. This is so cool. I love this. This is a new toy that Rob and I are playing with right now that we can, put the QR codes and the links and everything. So thank you for playing along. Let us know what your favorite running or walking shoe is. Any last
We have
thoughts?
the earbuds too, or no? Did we?
Oh, I don't think did we put earbuds? I don't think we put the earbuds in here. Oh, no, we didn't. But
Okay.
I have,
Well, I
yeah,
just thought, because I thought another accessory would be good. I
yeah,
don't use them. I know Krista does for her work, but I know a lot of people like to, walk or run
right.
with
Right.
the
I'm actually
earbuds.
looking to see if I put them in here or not. Probably did not, but I'm going to go check and see if I did, and I can actually bring them up on the screen. I did not. So nope. Sorry about that. Well, maybe we'll put a link in the comments later on. In the in the description in the show copy. So, guys, what do you think? Is walking good for your mental health? Is it good for your physical health? Tell us what you do. Do you have a daily routine? Do you have a twice daily routine like Rob does it twice a day? I only can get it in one time a day. Now I'm feeling guilty that you do it more than I do. I'm going to have to up my game here, Rob.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us today, guys. Don't forget to join us on Thursday. We have another Altered Universe live show. For the life of me, I cannot remember what it's called, but
We
I'm
are
sure.
upcycling.
Oh, we're up. Oh, that's going to be a really cool show. We're upcycling. And if you don't know what upcycling is, you have to check in with us on Thursday. So go out, give somebody an awesome day. And Rob and I will see you next time on Minding Your Mental Health. Goodbye, everyone.